I'm Clinton Griffiths. While the financial markets continue to ride the wave of the latest tariff news, commodities were focused Thursday on the supply-demand report. The release of new numbers from USDA helping to give corn a little bump. Focusing here on U.S. ending stocks, corn coming in at 1.5 billion bushels, down 75 million bushels from last month on larger exports, a bigger cut than many had projected. For soybeans, we stand at 375 million bushels, down 5 million. Wheat in at 846 million, up 27 million bushels and 22% above last year. AgDay's Michelle Rook pouring over the numbers for us. Michelle, USDA says right on the front page of its report, it only considers the trade policies in effect at the time the report is made and assumes those policies will remain in place.
Right, Clinton. This report only covers the old crop balance sheets, and USDA's prefaced these reports saying it was premature to acknowledge the impact of tariffs. This is generally a quiet report, but it was slightly friendly for corn, with the agency finally increasing exports and dropping ending stocks below 1.5 billion bushels. USDA's tighter than expected old crop corn ending stocks estimate was the friendly headline of the April WASDE. Traders had expected an increase in exports the last two reports, and the agency finally provided it, which helped lower corn carryout by 75 million bushels to 1.465 billion.
So the February report, the March WASDE report, participants were looking for that corn for export number to go right back up, but it was just too soon. And so it just made sense for the USDA to wait until after the stocks report came out. But yes, corn for export was increased by 100 million bushels. That was partially offset by a reduction in feed, and that also makes sense.
Split says the old crop corn carryout falling under 1.5 billion is price friendly and will help cushion the higher new crop balance sheets expected in the May WASDE, which will work in the nearly 4.7 million acre increase on corn.
And assuming that the USDA sticks with a 181 type of a yield for their trend line yield on the May WASDE report, which will be the first new crop balance sheet that we get to take a look at. This reduction in old crop stocks should keep the new crop balance sheet looking 1.9 or lower. I don't think we'll see a 2 billion bushel carryout on that report.
USDA lowered U.S. soybean ending stocks just 5 million bushels to 375. Now, the agency once again left South American production numbers static, despite CONAB raising Brazilian corn production Thursday morning nearly 2 million metric tons and soybeans by 500,000. However, they increased last year's Brazilian soybean production 1.5 million metric tons, which raised world ending stocks to 122.5.
So this is 2 months in a row where the USDA has gone back and made some type of a revision to last year's South American production. And so the world bean number, bean stocks did get bigger by way of an increase in last year's bean production. So this had nothing to do with the estimate of this year's crop.
USDA's increase in U.S. wheat ending stocks by 27 million bushels was slightly bearish and came from a 25 million bushel decrease in exports and a 10 million bushel increase in imports for a second straight month. World stocks were raised around 500,000 tons. I'm Michelle Rook reporting for Ag Day.